After I think about 22 years, I decided that I would just step away from corporate life and kind of off my own version of moving off the grid, if you will. And so I started a small company, the Marin Sailing School, teaching sailing in San Francisco Bay under my own style, and it has a bit of outward bound in it. And in June of 2007, I ran into an old friend of mine. Her name is Danette Davis, my teaching partner. She asked me at a party whether we could bring some blind students of hers for a sailing lesson. This kind of came out of nowhere. I said, for sure. Yeah, why not? It's a very exhilarating thing being on small sailboats in San Francisco Bay. It's a very windy place and it's very exciting. Whether you have full vision or not, there's an adrenaline and endorphin flow going on. And participating in this extremely fun and exhilarating thing, we witness blind students opening up, and it's not really what their lives are like. From my understanding and observations about the blind and vision impaired community, they're not put very often in circumstances where there's a lot of adrenaline. And it's because we're protective of the blind and vision impaired. As far as our first day of teaching 2 blind students to sail, with the exception of the birth of my 2 children, that day was one of the clearest days that I've had. Something was extremely clear about what we were doing, and it had a big impact on me. And so we decided that the next week we'd teach 2 more. We didn't really realize for a while that we were in the empowerment business. We just were going to apply a trade that we knew. We're sailors, and we knew a little bit about sailboat racing, and this thing was happening to us. So we just kind of ran with it. And that's when we started to realize what it really was, that we were having an impact on our students, and sharing this experience and empowering them to sail these boats makes its way quickly into their lives. And having an impact on them is really the mission. And it just happens to be coming through this channel of teaching blind and vision impaired people to sail and race sailboats. That's the hopeful end result, is that it's impactful on them and they're empowered to live their lives perhaps a little bit more robustly. And it's some gratification for us that's off the chart. Starting a small business, even something as simple as a sailing school, its operating plan, its marketing plan and all that, that stuff came directly out of my experience, my education, because I had been to business school, and Lake Forest in particular. It was, they delivered some tools to me, and I remember it being extremely engaging, extremely interesting, and extremely time-consuming. But the tools that I left Lake Forest with, they were clearly, a fantastic return on whatever time and energy and resources that I invested in it. The world of the vision impaired is something that I've come to really appreciate, and it has a big impact on me. And it's part of the reason why I'm in it, is that it's an extremely impressive thing.